Welcome to Wasitora, the official Jundam cat dragon of Commander. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We've got 2 lands in the hand, Cultivate. We have Crucible of Fire, Putrefy, so we can start blasting some of those artifacts and or the creatures over there, and Dreadbore, which I'll definitely like in the hand. So, pretty much exactly what you want to see in an opening hand for this deck. Our opponent's going to lead off with the snow-covered forest. Let's see if we hit that land drop for the turn. That'd be wonderful if we do. I'm just going to lead off with the Arid Mesa, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Wasitora. Flying and Trample. Whenever Wasitora deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If that player can't, you create a 3/3 black, red, and green cat dragon creature token with flying. If you're keeping score at home, that's Jund colors. Yes. Oh, Jund dragon cats. Like it. Let's go to crack the, we're going to crack the Arid Mesa just yet. Let's just see kind of what we rip into, depending on what kind of colored source we need to go for. Once we hit that, hopefully we hit, oh, there we go, hit a forest. Okay, we're going to get the forest down. Actually, we'll get the polluted delta down. Do we want to go for Dreadbore? I think we kind of need to do, yeah. I don't mind going for Dreadbore on the Lotus Cobra. Let's go ahead and grab the, make sure we'll grab a black source off of the polluted delta. Let's get the Taiga down. Let's crack the polluted delta. Let's go for a black source off of that. And let's see, let's grab a black red. Let's grab black lands, bad lands. Let's go for Dreadbore on that Lotus Cobra. A lot of respect for Lotus Cobra. And it helps if we tap for the correct mana. Black and red, there we go. Take care of that Lotus Cobra, and we're going to pass the turn. Yeah, if you get a fetch land down, that's 3 mana, and that's going to be their commander down. Next thing you know, we got a bunch of 5/3s on the battlefield. It doesn't sound too fun, so got to slow them down just a little bit. But we'll be online to get the forest down next turn. We go for Cultivate and then start going from there. Edge of Autumn. We covered Wasitora. We did. I don't think we've covered Titania yet, so I'll cover her in just a second. Opponent does have the Dust Bowl down, too, so they can start blowing up some of our basic lands. Hopefully, we can get down Cultivate and kind of get out from underneath that. Let's go and get the forest down. Let's go for Cultivate. And since we only have 1 blank source, we definitely need to pick up a swamp off of this one, especially with that Dust Bowl kind of looming out there. Let's go, since we do have double forest, I think I actually like going, we have triple mountains, double forest. I think I kind of like going double swamps on this one. Let's get a swamp onto the battlefield, swamp into the hand, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. All right, we're playing against Titania, Protective of Argoth. Yep, I think I said that right. Maybe. Whenever Titania enters the battlefield, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whenever a land you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, create a 5/3 green elemental creature token. Opponent's going to get down the Gurk Wildspeaker and go for the untap on the snow-covered forest. But yeah, so Wasitora, I haven't played Wasitora in a while, and it's very much a Jundam out style deck. And if you don't know what that means, Jundam outs in Modern, Jund's starting to become a little bit more of a popular deck, and basically it's just Dreadbore, Terminate, Thought Sees your way into a win to get down to Tarmogoyf for start going for some activations on some of your main lands to start swinging in. That's pretty much Jundam out, and definitely doing that with Wasitora. It's a lot of fun. You get those cat dragon tokens going. Oh, some good magic. Let's go and get the mountain down. Yeah, we're playing against mono green, so we don't really have to worry too much about spot removal. So let's go and get, I'd like to get down Wasitora. I think that'd be pretty good. So we're going to tap out for Wasitora, get her down. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So we've got Doomblade in the hand. We've got Blossoming Defense in case something does come down to where they try and target Wasitora. But at least we can start swinging in. Now, if they do start keeping a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, one thing that we do want to do with her is we want to connect with some damage if they can't sacrifice a creature. So thankfully, we do have at least 2 pieces of removal in the hand. Depending on what they tap out for, that will allow us to go for Doomblade and Putrefy to kind of get rid of these creatures and get those cat dragons on the battlefield. We do need to deal combat damage to a player to get that trigger going. So we'll kind of see what we can get into. Another fun thing with Wasitora is that whenever she deals combat damage to a player, it doesn't matter like, hey, when you dealt damage for the turn, whenever you deal combat damage. So if you can give Wasitora a double strike or something like that, oh, that's double cat dragon tokens. All right, so we did get the Petrified Field activation. Sacrifice it. Return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. What just... oh, excuse me. They went for the Dust Bowl activation, blowing our land up on that one. Okay. And if they tap out for 1 more, then that's going to leave us online for... Okay, there's going to be 1 more creature out, so we'll see what we kind of rip into. But at least we do have the mana for Doomblade and Putrefy. They will have to sacrifice... Okay, Berserkers Onslaught. Let's go and get the swamp down. Now, if we go for Berserkers Onslaught, it's going to be double strike. They're going to have to sacrifice some creatures. If we go this way, I really like getting rid of Titania off the battlefield. So let's do it like this. Let's go for Doomblade on Titania. That's going to be black and then red. That still isn't going to leave out Putrefy. Any certain way we want to sequence this one. They're going to blast that green source. So we're going to basically be off green. But with Berserkers Onslaught and Crucible next turn, we'll be okay. Let's go for Putrefy on the Finhorn. Yeah, I like that. It's going to be green, black, red. Let's go ahead swinging for 5 in the air. I guess technically we could swing in at Garrick, but you know, if they don't have any creatures, that ultimate doesn't really look that scary. So we're going to swing it in our opponent with the 5/4 body, get that sacrifice trigger going. So they're going to have to sacrifice that druid. And then there we go. Got a clear board state and a 5/4 flyer in the air. Wasitora is so good that I wish she was modern legal. I would definitely be building a deck with her in modern. I don't think she would really be that overpowered in modern. You're thinking about a 5-mana 5/4 that doesn't really do anything when you hit the battlefield. But she's just a ton of fun to play. I guess you could do something with like Heartless Summoning to kind of get out a little bit quicker and get that sacrifice trigger going. But anyway, yeah, I really enjoy the times I get to play with Wasitora. It makes for some really fun matches. And you know, our opponent, even though we blasted our opponent's entire board state, the game's not over yet. We still got Dust Bowl, a lot of Dust Bowl activations to be made, and then the Petrified Field activations to go for. Really be nice if we could start ripping some lands to go for that. We do have Sword of Fire and Ice, so we're going to be able to deal that 2 damage up top. So if something does get a little bit crazy with Guruk Wildspeaker, then what we can do is at least kind of redirect some of that damage over there. But if they do blow up one of our lands, we've got Crucible of Fire to kind of get a little bit more added bonus to Wasitora. Okay, and our opponent searched up Crystal Vein, so it's going to be able to add 2 mana to their mana pool. We'll see if they're going to be going for, off of that one. But Crystal Vein, look at that. Look at that close down. That guy looks goofy, man. He's a goofy looking guy. It's just, you know, Crystal Vein, it's a cool land card. Sacrifice it, add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool. That's awesome, great. You know, sometimes you need it. But it's just like, normally you don't see a land card that has a guy in the art, and then he looks like way too overly excited to be in a crystal cavern, or like in a crystal cave. I don't know. He's just a weird looking dude, man. Weird cat. All right, so let's see. We draw the Dragon Speaker Shaman. So they sacrifice Crystal Vein. They're still going to be online for that. If we tap out for Berserkers Onslaught, that's going to kind of take care of both of those creatures. I kind of like that. Let's go for that. Let's go Berserkers Onslaught. Opponent did not blast our land this turn. They tapped out for to go for Crystal Vein. So either way, Wasitora is going to have double strike. There's not going to be anything with reach. I think that's correct. So we're going to go and swing in for a 5/4 in the air, because those 5/3 elemental tokens, yeah, they do not have reach either. So the way this trigger stacks out is we should be able to take care of both the Titania and the elemental token in this combat step. So let's go and swing in. Not going to swing in at Guruk again, because we'll be almost there to commander damage once we swing in next turn. So let's go and swing in for a 5/4 body. That's going to be the first combat trigger. They got to sacrifice the elemental token. They have no more ways to sacrifice land, so they can't really get out from underneath this one. Then we're going to deal that secondary damage on the back end. There we go. Take care of Titania. Oh, yes. Loving it. And all right, opponent's going to scoop it up. So they're going to have to sacrifice Titania. That's going to get her off the battlefield. The next turn, we're going to be able to swing in with the 5/4 flyer in the air. Now, really, the only way that they're going to be able to get out from underneath this is if they get some sort of creature with reach. They've only got 1 more card in the hand, and you know, I would be kind of suspect. You know, if they did have something with reach, they probably would have gotten it down already now. But you can see where just simply going Gundam out style, blasting everything that comes down onto the board, making sure it doesn't survive, and then going beat sticks with a sacrifice and cat dragon token can really kind of put some pressure on your opponent, especially if they're playing a pretty heavy land destruction style deck like this. I know I've played against Titania before, and they start going for those activations to get those 5/3 elemental tokens. It's just like next thing you blink, and the next thing you know, there's like 100 tokens on the battlefield. So to be able to kind of survive a Titania match, I'll definitely take that one. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Wasitora, the Cat Jun Dragon deck. Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, real heavy black-green, but I love it. We got Damnation, Read the Bones. We have Golgari Signet. We have a little bit of Scry action, so we can get the Scurry going, get the Fever going. I like it. And then we'll cover our commanders in just a second. And we're playing against Erebos, too. I always enjoy playing against Erebos. Ends up being a pretty bare knuckle fight on that one. Let's go and get the Temple of Malady, and let's get the Scry going, the Scurry, the Fever, the Insanity. The Descent into Madness. Blossoming Defense. That's not a bad draw. We have Read the Bones. We're going to be... Yeah, actually, we're going to put that on top. We'll be looking at a lot of removal, probably for mono black, and that's going to be a pretty good... might be a deciding factor in us making sure that Wasitora sticks onto the battlefield. We're playing Wasitora, Flying and Trample. Let's go and get our turn over with, and I'll finish the rest of covering that commander. Let's go and lead off with the... I'd like to get that land down, now that I think about it. The Golgari Signet. Yeah, let's go for Blooming March. Let's go for the Golgari Signet. It's like we're not running red in here at all. We are playing Wasitora, Flying and Trample. Whenever Wasitora deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If the player can't, you create a 3/3 black, red, and green cat dragon creature token. And if you're keeping score at home, that is Jund colors with flying. And then we'll cover Erebos in just a second. Let's go ahead and... all right, we do not hit the land. Let's go ahead and go for Read the Bones first. Add that filter mana in there. Go for Temple of Malady. Read the Bones going. Scry. Throw those chicken bones out there. Innocent Blood. Let's go ahead and put that on the bottom right now. And I don't mind Night's Whisper. We'll put that on top. A little bit more card. There we go. Savage Lands. Wonderful. We'll get the Savage Lands down. Then we're going to go and pass the turn. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically 5 mana next turn, but we're not going to be able to get down Wasitora. But either way, once we're going to be going for Wasitora, I'm probably going to be looking to go for Blossoming Defense to begin with that. We don't have any... we don't have any spot removal. This puts us in a predicament. Yeah, we're going to have to... I want to go for Damnation. That's going to be them untapping with 8 mana. That's not going to be the best thing for us to witness. That's not going to be good. Let's go for Damnation. Got to take care of it. Sometimes you got to... you could summon your Planeswalker spells to... Planeswalker power on just one big... I'd always like when you go for a board wipe on one creature, it always makes me laugh that you're this powerful Planeswalker and you're sitting there just like summoning this wonderful spell, and then just to blow up the entire board. It's just kind of like knocking over a solo cup. Anyway, we knock over the solo cup. We got rid of Crypt Gas. That added mana would have added up to a lot of Erebos activations and really not helped us a lot. All right, now as far as next turn goes, so we can go for Frontier Siege if we want to. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we hit the land drop, we'll probably end up going for Wasitora. That's going to allow us to kind of start pushing past our opponent. Then we also still have Blossoming Defense to kind of protect Wasitora. If we don't hit the land drop, we might end up going for Frontier Siege because if we can start adding that extra green mana to our mana pool. So let's see what we kind of rip into. Drawn to Catacombs. I love it. Let's go and get the Catacombs down. And in fact, we're going to go and crack that right now. We'll grab a red-green source off of that. Let's go and grab a Taiga. Have that come into play. Let's tap the Hissing Quagmire. Let's go for Golgari Signet. Let's tap out for Wasitora. And that will be red. And then 1 and 2. And that's going to leave up Blossoming Defense. Yeah, there we go. Sounds like a plan. We're going to get down Wasitora. We do have a 1-mana counter spell, essentially, for Wasitora. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. They are... tapped out on mana too, so we don't have to worry about anything this turn. Now with the Palace Siege, they did choose cons on that one. Let's kind of check and see what that one is. With cons, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, that's not too bad. We actually had Reanimate, so we could have brought Reanimate over to our side of the battlefield. But with Wasitora looming, if they're going to be tapping out for Crypt Gas, that's perfect. That's a fine play for us. And we have a ton of removal. Guess Verdict. Target player sacks a creature and loses 1 life. I don't think there's nothing we can do on that one. Yeah, it's going to be Wasitora. Wasitora's getting sent back over there. All right, so we probably will end up going for Frontier Siege. We need to get that down. I guess technically with Reanimate in the hand, we could have just sent it back and brought it back, so that would have been a little bit of a better play. Gilded Lotus, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's still going to put us online for Frontier Siege. I think I like that. Let's do that. That's going to give us a lot of mana to work with. Let's go and tap out for that. That's going to be Golgari Signet. There we go. Filter Mana's going to kill me one day. Okay, there we go. Let's go for Gilded Lotus. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then tap out for 1 more off the Temple of Malady. Let's go for the Frontier Siege because we've got some good stuff. We have a Tark in the hand. We can start blasting some of those creatures. Let's go triple green off that to make sure that Frontier Siege is nice and happy. And we'll tap out for 1 more. I'm pretty sure we want to go for cons, but let's just double check. So we've got cons that have that double green mana. Fight target creature you don't control. Yeah, I feel like our best use long term is going to be that cons ability, so we're going to go for cons. All right, that's going to add that double green next turn. It's going to make it a little bit easier for us to go to Frontier Siege. Yeah, no, we're okay. We'll go and pass the turn. But yeah, that's going to be, let's see when that green mana comes in. The green mana comes in at the beginning of each of your main phases. Yeah, that's Frontier Siege. It's a pretty wild card. It reminds me, so I went to that charity rare draft, and I ended up building, I'm doing a recap video on that for sure. I just haven't got around a chance to, I've kind of got it pieced together. I haven't a chance to record it yet. But I ended up building a black-blue, just kind of, I had Mind Shatter in my deck. Basically a real kind of black-blue flyer, a lot of removal and counterspell style deck. But anyway, I had a not Frontier Siege. That's a green card. I had the Monastery Siege in there, and that card is in limited. It's just bonkers. I had that, and I had Bitter Blossom, and talk about some good limited magic right there. When you've got Monastery Siege and Bitter Blossom coming down, you're just filtering through your library. I also had the Forgotten Creation, which allows you to discard your hand and draw that many cards. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't technically, I had Inverter of Truth in there too, so it actually worked out to where with Forgotten Creation, if I'm dumping a bunch of cards in there, I could actually, once I finally ripped into Inverter of Truth, I could cast that and then kind of basically redo my deck. Put my graveyard where my deck was. And so it's a really fun deck to play. And I'm not going to tell you how it went because I'm going to save it for the video. But it was a fun, like when I go to limited events, I really enjoy, I may not build the best deck, but I really enjoy building like a well-oiled machine. And that was a well-oiled machine. I ended up calling it Black-Blue Inverter. So, in fact, it also inspired me to build some in Grixis Inverter for Modern, so I'm working on that, so kind of be on the lookout for that. Alright, so we have Lightning Greaves coming down. We're going to have that double green to our mana pool. Yeah, let's go and get, so Wasitora is going to cost 7, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 total mana, 2 off the Lightning Greaves. I think I like putting some pressure on our opponent. We're going to be able to turn off Devotion. Let's go for Lightning Greaves. Yeah, I like doing that. We don't really have anything else to go for. Let's go for Wasitora. Then we can still leave up Blossom. Well, actually, once we get down the Blooming Defense, we're still going to be good. Let's go triple green off that one. We're going to tap out for red. And then the Hissing Quagmire. And actually, let's sequence this just... Sorry about that. Let's sequence this just a little bit differently. Let's go Blooming Marsh on the Golgari Signet. Let's go triple red for Wasitora. I'm trying to make sure that we can potentially cast Bloodbraid Elf on the next turn with that double green next turn. Just wanted to make sure. There we go. Get down, Wasitora. It's going to shift the Lightning Greaves over to Wasitora. We're going to be able to swing in. Coming in hot for a 5/4. And then we're going to get that combat damage up top. They will have to sacrifice a creature, so more than likely we'll... Oh. Okay, so we're going to let Wasitora go to the command zone. We've got the Vampire Nighthawk out there, duh. I got wrapped up in... I just started thinking about my black-blue rare deck. Alright, so let's go ahead and have Wasitora go to the graveyard. Graveyard... Not command zone, so that way we can still reanimate it. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the Vampire Nighthawk, which is going according to plan. They're going to deal that combat damage. I have to get rid of Cryptghast. And then, yeah, I forgot, the play that we went for is not bad at all. I actually don't mind this play at all. Because they're going to have to sacrifice the Cryptghast, get into the bin. They could bring it back with Palace Siege, but at least we still have the reanimate on the... on Wasitora out of the bin. I had that double green to our mana pool. Let's go and go for reanimate on Wasitora. Add tap off the Savage Lands. Let's go and shift the Lightning Greaves back over there. And then anything else for 3 mana. Unfortunately, no. Let's go and pass the turn. Alright, kick it back over there. So we were going to go for Bloodbraid Elf, but I forgot about Vampire Nighthawk out there. Now, next turn, we're going to have... we have Protected Wasitora. We still have Blooming Defense, so we can actually go for if something happens to Lightning Greaves. Who knows? Or maybe they go for Languish with -4/-4. So we can still give it that +2/+2 if something bad happens. Outside of that, we need to start swinging in. Whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. Okay, so our opponent's going to get down Grave Pact. That will turn on Erebos. So once we go for Bloodbraid Elf, that's going to be good. We can get that down. Hopefully, maybe we cascade into another creature. I know the low converted mana cost of this deck tends to be a little bit more removal. So we'll kind of see what we can kind of get into. Or worst case scenario, we can simply just go for a Tarka World Render. Whenever a dragon you control, it gains double strike until end of turn. Now, we give that double strike, they'll have to sacrifice Erebos, and then we can still get down to Tarka and kind of go from there. All right, opponent's going to go for Vampire Nighthawk, and then we'll see what we draw into. Once again, we still have that Bloodbraid Elf, which I like getting down Bloodbraid Elf because we can kind of get around that Grave Pact out there. It's going to be a little bit hard for us to deal with. All right, so let's get down the Frontier Siege. Just get down the Scalding Tarn. What do we want to do this turn? Let's go for Bloodbraid Elf. I think I like that. We're going to tap out for triple red. We're going to go Bloodbraid Elf. That's going to be 1, 2, and then double red off that. See what we can kind of cascade into. Yeah, we're going to... Wonderful. That'll actually work perfectly with Grave Pacts. I like that a lot. Get down the Bloodbraid Elf, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to have 8 total mana, so we can still get down a Tarka World Render, and then still have Wasitora go back to the command zone. Is that what we're going to end up doing? Or do we just kind of want to set up a big turn where we can swing in with the Tarka and Wasitora, maybe kind of deal some good final combat damage on that one? Yeah, let's go ahead and get down a Tarka. I think I like doing that. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll pay 1 off the Taiga. 1, 2. And then we can crack that Scalding Tarn and use that mana to go for that. Yeah, if we swing in Bloodbraid Elf... We can push in with Bloodbraid Elf if we want to. Let's just leave up some creatures for that Grave Pact. I think I like that. Because we have a Tarka swinging in 5-4 and then a 6-4 coming across. And we might be able to deal some good damage next turn. And then we can go ahead and crack the Scalding Tarn and go for that Night's Whisper and draw a few more cards. Where are you? Let's go and grab that Badlands. Have that Badlands come into play. We're going to tap that 1 green mana. Draw 2 more cards. Oracle and then Blossoming Defense. Okay, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Kick it back over there. Okay, so next turn. We're going to have Double Strike next turn. That's going to be a 10-4 with Wasitora. There is Vampire Nighthawk out there, so we have to watch out for that. But at least with the Tarka, that's going to be 6-4 Double Strike. So we're looking in the neighborhood of 22 damage in the air next turn. So we can really get some good stuff. And this hand gets a lot better if we can somehow deal with Vampire Nighthawk. We did go for Night's Whisper, hopefully trying to draw an additional card, but we didn't really find another piece of removal. We've got Oracle on top. We don't have any more fetch lands, but at least between Oracle and the Temple of Malice, we have a little bit of kind of maybe playing around to do, setting up to do. But I'm just going to go for Cryptghast. Sorry about that, kind of stuttered over my words. We do need to keep in mind that Cryptghast does have Extort, and we're sitting at 10 mana. So 10 life right now. So that's something that we do need to watch out for. Don't really want to lose to a bunch of Cryptghast triggers or Extort triggers off of that. But yeah, this has been a really fun match. I really enjoy, Erebos is pretty much what you kind of expect in an Erebos deck, and pretty much what you look for in a Jund-style commander deck like this, kind of geared towards 1 versus 1. All right, opponent's going to tap out. We're going to go for a Ruinous Path on a Tarka Wilderness. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. We are tapped out, so we're not going to be online for Blossoming Defense, so that's going to get it on that one. We'll see if they're going to pay for the Extort trigger. That's going to be fine, though. Now, as far as getting Devotion off, it's going to be 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, either way, we're not going to be able to turn Devotion off for Erebos, God of the Dead. That's something that's pretty much just going to happen. It's going to take care of a Tarka. Yeah, because Erebos, they've got 5 Devotion from the Palace Siege out there. Let's go and sacrifice the Secure Tri-Builder. It'd be nice to have that land, but we've got another land in the hand, and I guess technically if we wanted to, we could declare a blocker and sacrifice the Tri-Builder in response to that to kind of save us another turn, because we're not really going to be swinging in with Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, we're going to do that. Sacrifice the Bloodbraid Elf, and we'll still sacrifice, with that Grave Pact, we're going to have to sacrifice the Tri-Builder. There we go. Get rid of the Tri-Builder, and if they're going to swing in with the Erebos, we're not going to be able to do anything with Wasitora, so we're going to be taking 5 on this one, and that's going to be 2 in the air. That's going to be 7, puts us down to 3. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and go for that. We need to keep our fingers crossed for some sort of double strike to get rid of all these creatures, though. Because either way, they're going to be able to swing in next turn. We can at least get down Oracle. All right, we rip into Marsh Flats. Not the best. Let's do this. So we're going to add that double green to our mana pool. Let's go ahead and get down Oracle. That's going to be 1, 2. Hissing Quagmire, we can swing in with that. It's going to 2-2. It's not going to do much in this, unfortunately, in this matchup. That's going to be Londo War Elves on top. Let's go ahead and get the Marsh Flats down. We'll get the Temple of Malice, get the Scry going, see if we can't put that on the bottom. And that's going to be Devour Flesh on top. Okay, so swinging at this point right now, it's going to get rid of Cryptghast, but that's going to leave us dead in the air. They're swinging for a 2. Oracle's going to be coming across. So that's going to put them on having another piece of something. We still have the... Yeah, let's do that. Let's go and swing in with Wasitora. Now, if we do swing in, they sacrifice Cryptghast. It's going to be us sacrificing Oracle. And then that's going to make sure that they can kind of stick around. So we almost don't need to swing in at this point right now. Yeah, because if we swing in, they sacrifice a creature, they sacrifice Cryptghast, we have to sacrifice Oracle. It's going to leave Wasitora tapped, and they're going to be able to swing in on the back end. If we sit here and do nothing, they're going to swing in. We're going to have to chump block on the Vampire Nighthawk or the Cryptghast with Wasitora. That's going to kill Wasitora. Swing in for 5, they get in for 2. It's not looking good. We've got Blossoming Defense, though, so we're going to hold on to it. And we've got Devour Flesh on top, so it's not looking great, but we're going to try our best. We'll just go and pass the turn because, yeah, either way, once we get that Grave Pact going, they're not going to be able to block Wasitora, but they'll have to sacrifice a creature, and that kind of puts us in a weird spot. So they can bring target creature back, but there's no creature cards out of the bin. And then with that Grave Pact, yeah, that Grave Pact's kind of complicating what we can do with the... on our side of the board, even though we've got a ton of removal over here. What we really need is we need a little bit more spot removal. It'd been nice to have some more spot removal on the hand, but kind of kept a hand that we really enjoyed. All right, so opponent swinging with the whole crew. Let's go ahead and we need to block. Let's see, we can block Cryptghast. Yeah, because either way, if we just kill the creatures, it's going to be 7-5. With that, we block on Cryptghast. Is going to take care of it. Yeah, I think technically either way. Yeah, because if we go Wasitora on Vampire Nighthawk, it's going to kill Wasitora. I guess either way we can maybe somehow rip it into some sort of board wipe or something, deal with Erebos. We'll just go ahead and do it this way. And we'll have to shuffle that away because they're going to get in for 5. Let's block Oracle that way. Make it a 4/4. And we'll make sure that Wasitora does go back to the command zone. I think if I'm looking at it correctly, yeah, it's not looking too good for us either way that's going to happen. Command zone instead of graveyard. Alright, so Wasitora is going to go back to the command zone. Each player sacrifices a creature. We don't have a creature to sacrifice. And we know Devour Flesh is on top of our library, so we can't really do anything with that either. Simply because I'd like to shuffle it away, but we have Marsh Flats. And if we pay 1 life, we're going to lose the game. So I think it's pretty much a good game on this one. But we'll... maybe our opponent shuffles our library or something. That's why I'm kind of playing this one out. But once we draw into Devour Flesh, it's not looking too hot for us, to be honest. We can still get on Wasitora. And, oh, excuse me, they went for an Extort trigger off the Crypt Gas. Yeah, so they close it out either way right there. But yes, you can see where playing against Mono Black, they got some really good, you get that that cons going on Palace Siege and really start bringing back Vampire Nighthawk. That really, and if you don't have any spot removal, that really puts some really hard pressure on Wasitora. And using the Grave Pack in addition to kind of apply some pressure on Wasitora, she's kind of getting a taste of her own medicine. So definitely enjoyed this match. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.